Okay, this is just a test for 3-monitor recording. I was trying to figure out how to work the push to talk and the mute button. Unfortunately, push to talk does not work with my joystick and throttle, so basically you're going to be hearing me snorting and breathing continuously because my mic is continuously receiving, continuously transmitting, continuously the word that I should be recording. There we go. That's an easy word to remember. And I thought the mute button would be easy, like a on-off switch. No, I would hold the mute button down to stop the recording. This is just a simple recording test for 3 monitors. I want to see how the 3 monitors work. I'm not going to bother with my INS and all the rest. For some reason that didn't sound right what I wanted to say. Rearm and refuel. So you might notice I've got voice attack activated for simple things like ground control, ATC, and when flying Tomcat with Jester, it works beautifully. It's great. Actually, it's one of the things I actually would buy. In fact, I did buy. I would recommend buying. There we go. Those are the words I'm trying to use. It's $80 here in South Africa, which is the cost of craft beer. If you want to, that's how I justify everything in DCS. How many beers would it cost?
Request rearming.
How many weekends is that?
Copy.
Because let's be honest, this is a much safer form of drugs. Okay, just going to do a very simple ground crew.
Refueling complete.
Okay, my new profile does the weirdest things, as you may have noticed. No, that's not what I want. Let's go back there. Ground crew. Let's turn these chocks off.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks.
Turn chocks off. Wow, great English.
Copy.
This is Persian Gulf we're going to be doing the test on. I'll be just talking about a few things in my mind when relating to widescreen recording and frame rate. The simple fact is I need to fill up something since I can't really not speak, because then you kind of hear the fuzzing in the background. And yes, we are going to do a test flight. Ignore all checks. Don't worry about the INS. I must probably crash in Dubai over there. That's Dubai. My geography's bad. I've had this map for less than a week. Thank you, Steam Sale. We are currently sitting on the DCS ZA server, the Persian Gulf one. It's a great server, great set of guys, whole lot of player versus environment missions. Recommend it. Southern Hemisphere, can play. Not the Australians though, your lag will be a bit much. Southern Africa, Sub-Sahara Africa, awesome. Thing wise. There's my plug for you guys. Old Sanity, pay me in love. Right. Cursor can go away. Did I choose my... Oh my... I can't fly without this. Rearm and refuel. Rearm and refuel. Thank you. I got the orange smoke, and very important...
Request rearming.
My little cheetah skin.
Copy.
Can't fly without this. Base of 324 spotty. 342? Yeah, 342 spotty. South African Cheetah, which is an incredible aircraft with a wonderful history, and you should Google it sometime. Okay, very simple.
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't care about refueling. You just need to give me my skin. No, what? Yes, that's what I meant. That's so wrong. I'm going to rotate. Gears up. Roll. And then show you the full aspect of being able to see around 3 monitors with track IR. Okay. Why 3 monitors? Especially since I have track IR. Simple thing, I can see everything without basically moving my head. It's the most natural thing in the world. It's perfect perspective, not perspective, peripheral vision. Looking over my shoulder, you can see my wing. Running this on three 1080p monitors with a 1060, 6 gigs, and oddly enough, my Intel card needs to be running the first monitor on my Intel, my Intel onboard card. Reason being is because I don't actually have another port to run the third monitor on my NVIDIA card. So power has been divided into two, but DCS has almost solely been run by that one graphics card, the 1060. Average frame rate, at the moment I see it's high 20s, but it's normally around about 20 to 30, not 20, around about 30 to 40 frames, depending on the mapping situation, which is much slower than most people would want to fly on. But to be honest, this is more than enough for me. I will sacrifice frame rate every day for the ability to be able to see anything I want to see. It's, yeah, situational awareness is a million times better. If this was a first-person shooter, totally different story. Single monitor. But flying, the whole point of flying is the freedom to be able to see and do what you want. And what better way to do it than naturally? And I personally believe that once you go widescreen or three monitors, it's like track IR. You can't go back. It's... Oh, sorry, I don't know what that was. That was a weird bottle next to my computer. After flying with track IR, for example, try fly without it. It's very awkward. You're stuck in this little narrow field of vision and you can't really do much, see much, and you feel really restricted. Same thing with the three monitors. That was a little bit scary. But now merging track... Why is this on fire? I actually have no idea why that's on fire. Merging track IR with three monitors, you have the best perspective possible. The issues I have, though, is recording. I always end up recording on a single monitor because YouTube's videos end up being 1080p, and most people don't actually get the whole perspective of what I am seeing. So when I'm in a dogfight or when I'm flying in formation or something, often I won't be looking next to me because I don't need to. I can look straight ahead, and this right monitor is literally viewing my right side. So formation flying is much easier in this regard. The issue being is I don't know if YouTube can support this. Like, is it worth recording all three monitors for you, because you're going to have a lot of negative space on the top and the bottom. You're just losing vertical pixels because we've got to compress it down into a smaller, narrow, wider thing. Hence why I'm doing this test. I want to see if it's worthwhile in the end. Problems? Of course, there is the frame rate. But the other problem that we have is that where my monitors merge, you'll notice that there are sharp angles. Let's see if I can actually try and give a perfect demonstration of this. I think if I can do it with the horizon going up. You can see the left and right of the horizon, there we go, and it's jutting at strange angles. Which is fine because the monitors on my screen are, well, next to me. That's just a perspective warp that happens. You don't notice it. On the recording, though, you will not have the three monitors. You're just going to have the image bending suddenly. It should straighten out if I get it in my head, at least, in a sort of natural state. But look at me, I'm using my head to try and bend the horizon. I'm not really sure if that's working or not. But it is noticeable, and I don't like it. I don't know if there's a way of fixing that. A single monitor might work. Maybe software-wise if I was using a single graphics card, but as I mentioned before, I'm actually using two graphics cards, two different graphics cards, and one of them is basically just freeloading a monitor. So, I loaded a smoke winder for no reason. Well, actually, let's show the same thing. Okay, so you can't see this, but next to me there's a tablet, and on this tablet I have Apparently, okay. Let's not demonstrate that because it's not working. I need to figure out why that's not working. Not for today. Alright, let's see if the smoke works. Totally forgot what I was saying because that's just pretty. Look at her. Why is this? This is what happens when you fly a plane out without doing any of your checks. You can't see anything that's happening. I'm obviously missing something here. Mine was not. Alright, let me just do a little bit of flow flying. This is a terribly long video just for a monitoring test, but I also want to see how large these files are. I'm using OBS again. I've been using NVIDIA Shadowplay for the last couple of years now. And when I say couple of years, that's an obvious lie. Couple of months, this was an obvious lie. Around about a year or so now I've been using Shadowplay since I got the 1060. Thank you, Minus, for making cards really cheap eventually and having plenty of surplus, which was lying everywhere. Hey, you said mining was bad for gaming. I feel like I need to say something, but the simple fact is I'm sleep deprived and I want to make excuses for that, but I don't need to because it's my life. I can do what I want. Sort of. To a level. Still need to do things to make food. Real food. Human food. And that makes it a little bit weird. Anyway, yeah, Persian Gulf. Also brand new to me. This is freaking amazing. I absolutely love this. On this particular server, I haven't actually done any of the missions on this server, so what I'm about to say here would be totally hearsay and a lie. But what I do remember is one of our squadron mates, Storcano, made a video on this very map where he threaded the needle through that hotel down there. Is it down there? Down there. But you see, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, look at this. I can see straight. Oh look, my air brakes, which weren't going back down for some reason. Your visibility it's unmatched. This feels like I'm sort of flying, except not quite. I can look over my nose, and while I'm looking over my nose, I've got peripheral vision to my left and my right, and I'm not limited. I've got situational awareness. Doing this in a formation, great. Someone slips underneath my nose, I can look to see if he's there, and also keep an eye out on someone next to me. This would have been great if I had another aircraft to test with who's online. No one. This is the problem with doing tests so early in the morning. Apparently people go to sleep. Unless you're me. I need more coffee. Okay, yeah, so if anybody actually wants to ask any questions about having a wide monitor support and all the rest, I don't mind doing it. You need to play with the config files a little bit. It's not some sort of natural thing of flicking things through. For the life of me, I can't remember what I did. But I did something. And it works. Also, this reminds me of bad posture. Oh, one of the greatest things I've ever discovered. No, I'm not going to do that because if I show that off, people are like, I'm not even going to go there. But anyway, I want to thread the needle there. I want to see if I can do what talk can do. Alright. This is where I put my autopilot on and hope I don't die. Unless I'm pulling G's in a circle. Yeah, let's see what I'm actually doing. Oh, I'm so gonna die. Okay, autopilots. They can save your life sometimes. And that's something for players who don't actually have any sort of track IO or VR. If you can, build yourself a track IO system. 3 LEDs, battery stuck to your head, some free open source software, and an old PlayStation camera, I think, ripped apart. It's not rocket science, and it'll make your flying the most natural thing in the world. When you move around, you move around. It's just head movements. And it'll allow your hat switch to be used for so much more. Okay, so Tucana flew past things and he had music playing and it looked all pretty and it's smoke and he was going through this hotel antenna thingy. Is that bingo already? That's bingo. Thousand kgs of fuel is more than enough. Okay, let's do this. No, but seriously, why isn't that working? Even... I don't ever moments like that. I know it seems simple, but this is really a beautiful game. Oh, and if you think about your first high fidelity module, I'm going to recommend the Mirage. It's a pilot's plane, it's stupid simple, it asks if it wants to kill you. Maybe the F-18's better. I don't have an F-18. I think a lot of people disagree and say the F-18 is altogether the best module you can get. But I think the F-18's too much of a system. Personal opinion, I don't have any love for that aircraft. And there's no reason not to, it's an awesome airplane. I'm just talking to myself here, so yeah, sorry people on the internet. The Mirage and the F-16 are things I do love though. Tomcat is an epically epic aircraft, but you can actually have to fly her. With this aircraft, she'll fly herself. She really will. Letting autopilot fly me between two buildings. Let's see if this works. Okay, let's land her. And I guess that's the end of the test video, which was actually far too long and boring. And I think I've only just given people bad advice, opinionated advice, and you got to see how badly I just messed around with Mirage. This is going to get you to throw up. Ooh. And and I've messed up my truck. But anyway, minor detail. Okay, I'm just going to quit the gap, I guess, and just fight through this little thing. And hope everybody enjoys the day. And if anybody is actually stupid enough to watch through this whole thing, I do apologize for wasting, I don't know how long this is, amount of your time. It's good to know that there are people out there that are bored. That made a pop noise. Okay. In recording.